We appreciate the assistance, civilian. But what's your business here?
I'm just trying to survive out here, like everyone else.
The way you charged in and engaged those ferals, I find that... You hear that? appreciate the assistance, civilian. But what's your business here?
Pest exterminator. I heard you had a feral problem.
Evading my questions is a surefire way of getting yourself ejected from the compound. Are you from a local settlement?
Do all these questions really matter? After all, I help you fight those ferals.
You make a fair point. If I appear suspicious, it's because our mission here... Shh. I heard something.
Hey.
We appreciate the assistance, civilian.
Pest
Evading my question.
Sure.
Are you from a...
Uh-huh. I'm...
Hold up. We've got company! We appreciate the assistance, civilian. But what's your business?
Pest
Evading. Are you...
Do all these questions really matter?
You make a fair point.
Uh-huh.
If I appear suspicious, since the moment we arrived, if you want to continue pitching in, we could use an extra gun on our side.
That all depends. How much are you paying?
So you're a mercenary. Typical. Fine. You help us, and I'll see you're compensated for your services. I'm Paladin Dance, Brotherhood of Steel. Over there is Scribe Halen and Knight Reese. We're on recon duty, but I'm down a man and our supplies are running low. I've been trying to send a distress call to my superiors, but the signal's too weak to reach them.
Sir, if I may,
Proceed, Halen.
I've modified the radio tower on the roof of the police station, but I'm afraid it just isn't enough. What we need is something that will boost the signal.
Our target is ArcJet Systems, and it contains the technology we need. The deep-range transmitter. We infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here. So what do you say? You willing to lend the Brotherhood of Steel a hand?
It's a good plan. If we make it back.
I can assure you that I wouldn't undertake this mission unless I had confidence in your abilities. Halen, take Reese inside and find his wounds.
Yes, sir.
Reese, once you're on your feet, I want you to make certain that the perimeter is secure. All right, civilian. It's time to prove your worth. Head into the police station and resupply yourself. Let's move out, people.
All right, big guy. Let's go.
Something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use four-letter words. Writing prose, anything goes. If driving fast cars you like, if low bars you like, if old hymns you like, if Fair Lynch you like, if Mae West you like, or me undressed you like, why nobody will oppose. When every night the best and smartest is through, and nudist parties in studios, anything goes. When Mrs. Ned McLean, God bless her, can get Russian red siesta, then I suppose
Perfect.
anything goes. When
Bingo.
Rockefeller still can hoard enough money to let Max Gordon produce his show, anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today, And that gent today you gave a cent today once had several chateaux. When folks who still have ride in jitneys find out Vanderbilts and Whitneys lack baby clothes, anything goes. When Sam Goldwyn can, with great conviction, instruct Anna in addiction, then Anna knows. Anything goes. When you hear that lady mentally standing up, now does a handspring landing up on her toes. Anything goes. Just think of those shocks you got, and those knocks you got, and those blues you got from those news you got, and those pains you got, if any pains you got from those radios. So Mrs. R, with all her trim, can broadcast then from Simmons, anything goes.
Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in
Paladin Dance.
You ready to move out?
Why establish an out?
Given the nature of the radio tower on the... It might not be as imposing. That's all I'm willing to...
Ready?
Outstanding. Follow me, and try not to lag behind.
Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts, but when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Into each life some rain must fall, but too much
We'll take this alley. Follow me.
in mine. Into each heart some tears
Park Jet is a short hike to the west.
but
Take this
some
road.
days
We should be able to avoid the larger packs of ferals infesting Cambridge.
some folks can lose the blues in their hearts.
Traveling this far from the police station is a risk. But getting that transmitter up and running needs to be our top priority. If it was up to me, I'd relocate my team. But Scribe Halen detected some disturbing energy fields in the area that need to be investigated. We don't know much about them, except that they're short-lived and broadcast on a frequency only attainable with a high level of technology. We're concerned that whoever or whatever is creating those energy readings might be a potential threat. So it's our job to investigate.
Too much of that stuff. All of it. Into mine.
We may have a problem here.
Into each
Over there! Get him!
tear. I know that someday that sun's bound.
Some folks can
But when I think of you and nothing showers into each life some rain,
It might surprise you to learn that my recon team is the
but
first
too much
over the last 7 years. 2 other teams were sent here by the Brotherhood to gather technology. The first team's mission was a huge success. They came back with crates full of pre-war artifacts and historical documents. It wasn't so good. Shortly after they arrived, as far as my team goes, we've lost 4 good men to this godforsaken wasteland. The moment we arrived, despite our setbacks,
Hey, Over here.
There it is, Arc Jet Systems. There shouldn't be any exterior security, so we'll head into the front.
Head over there.
Listen up. We do this clean and quiet. No heroics and by the book. Understood?
Whole lot of shaking going on. Come on over, baby. Baby, you can't go.
Why are we at ArcJet again?
We're here to retrieve a device that will boost the signal from the radio tower at the Cambridge police station. Without it, we can't make contact with our superiors. Remember, our primary target is the deep-range transmitter. Stay focused and check your fire. I don't want to be hit by stray bullets.
Shake and pound the place. Shaking it, shake. Shake it just what it takes.
Whole lot of shaking. Whole lot of it.
It was corporations like
That
this,
was,
the last
Dave
nail in the
Gibson
coffin
Maybell.
of mankind. They exploited technology for their own gains, pocketing the cash and ignoring the damage they've done.
You're listening
Look at
to
these wrecks. The
Diamond
appearances
City
of the
Radio.
facility's automated security
if
has
you're
already
listening
been
at
dealt
all.
with.
I mean, here's Roy Brown, and he's singing.
Is this the Brotherhood of Steel's handiwork?
Unfortunately, no. Look at the evidence. There isn't a single spent ammunition casing or drop of blood in sight. These robots were assaulted by Institute synths.
Synth. Isn't that the same as robot?
They're an abuse of technology created by the Institute. Abominations meant to improve upon humanity. It's unacceptable. They simply can't be allowed to exist.
I'll be on the lookout.
Roger that. Let's move out. This place is After we're done, I'll mark this place for sweet. Looks like a dead end. See if you can find a way to get that door open.
I'm in.
Movement detected. Curious.
I heard something.
By order of the Institute, you must be destroyed.
Well, I don't know, but I've been told uranium ore is worth more than gold. So, McCad, I bought me a Jeep. I got that book, and I can't sleep.
Damn synths have compromised most of the facility.
Running got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. with a
Remain
Geiger
vigilant.
counter in my hand.
I'm going out to take me some government land.
Uranium fever. And they brought out some maps that looked
Not
good.
getting past
One
me.
showed a spot in 100 miles down a bumpy road out through the wilds, when all of a sudden I found some spot where the mountain didn't have no top. Uranium fever. Uranium fever is spreading all around, with a Geiger counter in my hand.
I'm going out to take me some government land.
Uranium fever has done and got me to the top where I thought I'd find a hunk of rock that'd make it click just like I'd read about Vernon Pitt. On the second day I made the top, and I'm telling you, Steve, I was ready to stop. The only clicking that I heard that day was the bones in my back on a stray. Uranium fever has done and got me down. Uranium fever, it's spreading all around. With a Geiger
Engine cores
counter
ahead.
in my hand.
Should be our final stop.
Take me some government land.
Uranium fever has done and got me down. Well, you pack up your things, you head out again into some unknown spot where nobody's been. You reach the spot where your fortune lies. You find it's been staked for 17 other guys. Well, I ain't kidding, I ain't gonna quit. That bug's done caught me and I've been bit. So with a Geiger counter and a pick in my hand, I'll keep right on staking that government land. Uranium fever has done and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. With a Geiger counter in my hand.
I'm going out to take me some government land.
Uranium fever has done and got me down.
Warning. Power loss detected. Engine core is offline.
That's it.
Engine core power restored. Thermal engine
Excellent.
fueled, primed,
Yes.
and standing by for your command.
Got it.
Command accepted. Commencing 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine firing. Test firing completed with an efficiency rating of 96.7%.
Oh my God! Are you all right?
Got cooked by those flames. But thanks to my power armor, I'm still in one piece. The important thing is that we're still alive. We have a way to get to the transmitter. Let's go.
I hope you enjoyed that last song. Okay.
I don't think we're alone. Found you!
Reading detected.
Here's the thing. A sort of note, I guess, from sponsors here in Diamond City. I'll just read it. Providing passion to Diamond City for over 10 generations. He's good.
This information.
He's going home.
They may have been after the transmitter as well.
Bingo. Bingo.
One look and I yell timber. Watch out for flying glass. Cause the seals fell into the bottom, fell out. I went into his spin, and I started the shot. I've been hit. This is it, minding my business when love came and hit me in the eye.
Paladin Dance.
All right, check your corners and keep it quiet.
Out of an orange-colored sky. One look and I yell timber. Watch out for flying glass. Cause the seals fell into the bottom, fell out. I went into his spin, and I started the shot. I've been hit. This is it, I think it. I was walking out of an orange-colored purple stripe. Over the sky. Had a good time and a good
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I am in a convention with a convention.
The bunker looks clear. Let's move out. Well, that could have gone smoother, but mission accomplished.
Smoother? I thought we did fine.
That sweep was sloppy. We were caught unprepared more than once, which is unacceptable. However, your extra gun gave us the edge we needed. I'm not certain I could have accomplished the mission alone.
I suppose that's it then.
Not necessarily. That being said, I believe we have two important matters to discuss. First and foremost, if you'll hand me the deep-range transmitter, I'd like to compensate you for your assistance during this operation. I think you'll find this weapon useful. It's my own personal modification of the standard Brotherhood laser rifle. May it serve you well in battle. You watch my back, I'll watch yours. Over there! Get him!
vacation. I would forget him if I only could. He's a demon. He's a devil. Sometimes I make up my mind that I'll stop being so blind and tell her off real charms and their and I forget why I'm mad. I wanna tell him drop dead, but I keep loving him instead. My mama must have dropped me on my head. He's a demon.
Over there! Get him! Get scum!
Sometimes he throws me through and through. Sometimes he's sweet, sometimes he's true. Sometimes I wish he were in Timbuktu. He's a demon. He is a devil. He's a He says he'll call for me at 9 and take me out somewhere to dine. Then staggers in and sings sweet and old line. He's a darling. He's a dreamboat.
Body aching, sore of heart, Geiger counters off the chart? Kasdan Caravan's got the cure. Alternative medicine products that will fix you up for sure. Kasdan Caravan is currently doing business next to the old cemetery near Covenant. Come on down and see for yourself. You won't be sorry. Body aching, sore of heart, Geiger counters off the chart? Kasdan Caravan's got the cure. Alternative medicine.
Dr. Fettis, is it? Mr. Fettis. Since you know my name, you must know I'm only a student. Well, get in here, both of you, and what you have with you. My, friend here...
My own arms and legs tied to a chair. I can't move an inch.
Not, am I right? Now the waterfront itself ain't that bad. Just be careful for mirelurks and rats.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam, but I promised Lou.
Sure.
I hope you're not too disappointed.
What will you do? Well, don't leave. We've only just begun our lives together.
I'll be back one day, Lizzie. Probably tomorrow when I wake up. I'm just going to my RV. By God, if my steed has to sleep out in the rain...
Saying someone caught wind of Vault Tax 200...
Like to frighten our patrons. I'm sorry about the wheel, monsieur, but it was broken and I couldn't control it. That is unfortunate.
Thing turned out to be a mirelurk that rose from the ground and launched me into the air. I barely managed to grab the ledge of the fence, but I could muster all my might to...
Come back a hero for my children. Lieutenant Lee, tell all of our forces to surrender. We're done.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Its largest part, some 2 feet in diameter. Still more I scraped, and then abruptly I leaped out of the hole and away from that filthy thing, frantically unstopping and tilting the heavy cardboards and precipitating the corrosive contents one after another down that carnal gulf and upon the unthinkable abnormality whose titan elbow I had seen. Blinding maelstrom of greenish yellow vapor. which surged tempestuously up from that hole as the floods of acid descended, will never leave my memory. All along the hill, people tell of the yellow day when virulent and horrible fumes arose from the factory waste dumped in the Providence River. But I know how mistaken they are as to the source. They tell, too, of the hideous roar, which at the same time came from some disordered water pipe or gas main underground. But again, I could correct them if I dared. It was unspeakably shocking, and I did not see how I lived through it. I did faint after emptying the 4th carboy, which I had to handle after the fumes had begun to penetrate my mask. But when I recovered, I saw that the hole was emanating no fresh vapors. The 2 remaining carboys I emptied down, and after a time I felt it safe to shovel the earth back into the pit. It was gone out of that place. The dampness was devastated, and all the strange fungi delivered to a kind of harmless growth. One of the earth's nethermost hairs urged death, and that there be hell, and received at last the demon soul of an unhallowed death. As I patted down the last spadeful of mud, I shed the first tears with which I have paid unaffected tribute to my beloved uncle's memory. The next spring, no more pale grass and strange trees came up, and shortly afterward, Carrington Harris rented the place. It is still and I shall find mixed with my relief vulgar apartment building. The barren old trees in the yard have begun to bear small, sweet apples. Last year, the birds nestled in their gnarled boughs.
I saw it coming. This isn't a confession. You can't prove a damn thing. So don't even try. I'll deny it to my grave. I'm on my 3rd drink for the evening anyways. You can't trust the word of a drunken man. And that's when I start to feel anything these days. The 3rd drink. Sometimes it takes 4, but usually 3 will do. It's the same cycle every night for weeks now. I drink, then I start to feel, and the fear comes over me. And then I drink some more until I pass out. Wake up, slog through the day, keep my head down, keep my chin up, don't draw anyone's attention, go home, repeat. One night a few weeks back, there was a man at my door. I answered it, wondering what he was doing there at that time of night. I live in the end of my street, and there's no one around for quite a ways. Even the evangelicals that comb the neighborhood rarely make it all the way to my house. "Help me," he gasped, his blood-flecked lips quivering in the rain. His forearm was badly broken, bits of bone sticking through the skin. He was pale and drenched, the rain and blood dripping steadily from his haggard frame, pooling on my porch beneath him. "There's been an accident. I need help," he winced. "Can you help me?" I nodded, dumbly shocked at his state, then ran inside looking for my cell phone. But by the time I got back to the door with him, he was gone. The only sign of him, a trail of splattered red, leading down from my front steps and out into the front yard. I stood there, shocked for a moment, and then I put the phone away, slammed the door, and locked it. I don't know why. I was just scared, frightened by the whole affair. And some part of me, some damned selfish part of me, kept saying, it's okay. It's someone else's problem. He's gone. Forget about it. So, I poured myself a drink to ease my nerves. And then another. A few drinks later, I'd forgotten all about him. And a few drinks after that, I drunk myself to sleep. I woke up with my head throbbing. I'm not a heavy drinker. Well, used to not be one anyways. I stepped outside and noticed that there was no blood on my porch.
Voice module installed. Loading voice register.
Maybe the rain washed it all away, I thought. Or maybe it hadn't happened at all. I went to work, nursing my hangover. But I made it through the day. Came home, tried to relax. I'd slept poorly the night before, and my day took what energy I had left, so I decided early in the evening to call it a night. I was just about to go to bed when there was another knock at the door. I froze, looking over to it. My heart raced. I tried to laugh off my rising fear. It was just someone at the door. Nothing to be afraid of. But as my hand reached for the knob, I heard his voice. The same quaking shudder of a voice from the night before.
Help. I need help.
I stood stone still as he pounded on the door.
Carol, it hurts.
He shouted.
Please. Why won't you help me?
I put my back to the door, bracing it, squeezing my eyes shut. This is real, I thought. It can't be. And after a few seconds, the knocking stopped, and it was quiet. I flung open the door, but there was no one there. No trace of blood or sign of his presence. Unsettled, I shut the door, locked it, and reached for a bottle. And so it went for 4 more days. Each night the same. The knocking. The horrible man at my door, the cries for help. And each night I secured the door and waited until it stopped. And then drank myself into oblivion. By the 7th night, I'd had enough. I made a stiff drink as soon as I got home, and then another after that one. I thought of nothing but the events of the previous week that day. So naturally I was anticipating the knocking when it came again that night, confirming my paranoid fears. I was waiting for it. I threw open the door on the first knock, and there he was, battered arm hanging limp at his side, pale face twisted into a grimace. But before he could say anything, I leveled my shotgun at his face and pulled the trigger. His head popped like a blister, and I fired a second time, blowing his arm clean off and leaving a hole in his torso. Covered in his wet viscera, I shut the door. I want to say I was in a trance, that I was on autopilot and out of my head. But that's not true. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was trying to make a point to myself. See, I'm a level-headed man. I don't believe in ghosts or the supernatural or anything like that. We live in a rational world. I damn well wasn't going to sit back and let my head play tricks on me without fighting back. They say blood is hard to wash off. It's not true. His blood washed right off of me. One shower later, and I was good as new. So when I finished cleaning up and calming down, I went back to the front door. I likewise expected there to be nothing there, as there had been no trace of it left from the previous nights. I couldn't believe it when I opened the door. His remains slumped inside like a sack full of meat. I reached down and poked the corpse. It was solid. The porch was covered in blood and gore. Once more I panicked, and this time I did go into sort of a trance. The hours passed in a blur as I dragged the body around the back of the house, dug out a shallow grave, cleaned off the porch as best I could, and took another shower. And then I made another drink. Tomorrow the knocking would come again, I was sure. I hadn't just